Pay attention everybody, because we're about to get our first major crossover between DC Comics and the Absolute Universe. But how is DC bringing these two together, and is it a mistake? Let's talk about it, but first hit those buttons to the right so you can get all the comic updates you need. Now we are talking spoilers for DCKO #1, so viewer beware. Darkseid has conquered the DC Universe's future, and the only way to save it is by using a mysterious artifact called the Heart of Apocalypse to transform a chosen champion into a powerful celestial being called King Omega. But to become King Omega, heroes, as well as a few villains, must compete in a grueling and challenging competition. They agree to the terms and compete in a preliminary round, eventually paring down to 32 fighters for the actual tournament. But all the while, Darkseid's actually observing this, having taken the form of one of the heroes. And the narration mentions he's got a few tricks up his sleeve to ensure that the hero's plan fails, including Darkseid's 3 horsemen from the Absolute Universe. And though they're mostly in the shadows, we can clearly see the lower halves of Absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. This comic had a lot going for it, but this is the one page that just shocked me when I saw it. Don't get me wrong, there has been some interaction between the two universes before, like when the Prime Mirror Master met his Absolute counterpart in this year's Free Comic Book Day special. But this is different because this could be the first time we actually see one of DC's Trinity meet their doppelganger from the New World. Now that being said, this cameo does raise a few questions like, is this actually the Absolute heroes, and why are they working for Darkseid? Well, to be fair, we don't actually see their faces, which is pretty dramatic, and it keeps the reveal for people who might somehow not be aware of who the Absolute heroes are. But I think there's another reason. During Darkseid's invasion in the Flash Forward at the beginning, we see that Darkseid has gained the ability to assimilate people, and it gives them all rock-like faces similar to Darkseid. So assuming this actually is the Absolute Trinity, they're likely serving as unwilling enforcers of Darkseid's rule, and their appearances have changed to match. But there is a bigger question that comes with this cameo, namely, is it too soon to introduce the Absolute heroes to the main DCU? The Absolute line has only been around for about a year, and we've only just started seeing elements come together. Hell, Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman aren't even meeting until December. It's especially weird to me when Marvel Comics resisted a crossover between the main and Ultimate universes for like a decade until Spider-Man. But at the same time, it's a different era. The Absolute Universe is doing really well, and I can see the temptation to throw these characters into the mix to really get eyes on DCKO. Personally though, I am hoping that this is a fake out. Not just because I think it's too soon, but I was also hoping that the first time the Prime Trinity met their counterparts, it wouldn't be as enemies. But this first issue was really good, and until we actually see where this page is leading to, I'm just going to trust in the process. Let me know in the comments if you want to see an Absolute DC crossover, and don't forget to follow.